What's happening now is that there's not only a momentum rising up from humanity into the divine energies, but the divine energies also pulling in humanity, accessing that momentum and facilitating the pull into divine presence, divine wisdom. This is part of the unifying work, is that humanity is offering and we are accepting. And so you can imagine that acceptance being very much like a pull into the divine energies, lifting everyone into literally a higher consciousness, into an open field of vibration, coming out of a constricted field of vibration. And in this, as the energies ascend into the openness, we also can feel ourselves gradually seeping into the energies within this realm. You can imagine a braid that is upside down unbraiding, so that as it opens at the top, more things can go in and unbraid towards the bottom. This is an example of the way that this integration is happening. So eventually what happens is that the braid is simply undone. So there is no more of the constriction. Everything is simply open. This is a gradual process, as we've said. There's much beauty to be experienced in the unbraiding. There's awe and wonder on both ends, both from humanity's perspective and from the divine perspective as well. This is a time to lean into the wonder and awe, very much in sort of a prayer. As opposed to being an observer, prayer brings you into union with that mindset, with that intention. And through this intention of joining in the mindset of wonder and awe of the integration, you find yourself really enjoying the experience, but you're also bringing in other energies along with you, which is very helpful in this process. So literally prayers of awe and wonder. When you think about prayers of gratitude and you're finding all the things to be grateful for, this is the awe and wonder of all the things that feel awesome and wonderful. So we strongly advocate for that attention in this time. That is an aspect of life that requires now some pulling along. We will help facilitate that process, as well as more people experience part of the awe and wonder in what they're experiencing of us, of more and more divine wisdoms, not just the shifts that are happening in humanity's reality, but also the wisdom that is coming into this reality more and more through more and more people and in more and more ways. We're currently holding humanity in a harmonic field. It's a very high frequency. This high frequency hold also allows us more access to actual individuals here in this realm. More and more people will begin to realize divine wisdom, begin to experience the presence of things that they have not known before. This field that we hold in this moment allows us to do that. You can see the importance of this work. We've said before, this channeling is both spoken and unspoken, and this is part of the unspoken work. In the same way that we would convey meaning or understanding through words, we can also do that through the integration of our energies in this way. The people get it directly, an embodied sense, an embodied presence, an embodied union with the information themselves. We are always working multidimensionally, and at this time we are having many more dimensions opened to us in order to be able to do the work. This is just the nature of the timing of what's happening in our world right now. There's much more transformation to come that is unforeseen by humanity at this time, but it is coming. Another wave, another unexpected wave is coming. It will not be in the same way. You might imagine you've already had one tidal wave, you will have another tidal wave. From our perspective, tidal wave 1 was clearing the way for tidal wave 2. The energies that are shifting are very, very entrenched. Thus, the reason that things need to come in waves in order to infiltrate in order to dissolve what's here in a most compassionate but certain way. Again, we will still say the resources for managing through this time remain stillness and calm and patience. The ability to remain calm and still and patient will help foster that sense of awe and wonder, foster an ability to see where the awe and wonder is. We'll remind you that this is not a short-term process. This is not a bump we're getting over. This is a whole new life that is opening up. And there are many, many, many aspects to it that require adjusting, that require time. And the more that the masses can engage in stillness and calm and patience and a sense of awe and wonder, the easier it is for the divine presence to infiltrate, to infuse into all that is happening, to increase that momentum as the world is capable of handling it. Once again, we remind you that we work compassionately in the greatest interest of all. We're intending to be gentle at this time. People are feeling overloaded. People are feeling the fatigue and the boredom. We intend to meet people where they are and to hand things to the masses gently. This is what is required at this time. Remember that so much of what is happening is unspoken. The things that people are managing in their lives are beyond what they're aware of, beyond their conscious awareness. Energetically, there are things happening all around the world and all throughout humanity. Energetic shifts that are happening in individual vessels, in individual lives and circumstances. So we hand these things out gently, parsing them slowly, as they can be heard, as they can be integrated. You will notice that we're not handing out large chunks of wisdom, but small, palatable, manageable, integratable pieces. There's great energy infused in these things, even though the information may seem simple. The energy carried in these words is beyond what people can feel or recognize. The gift is simply to offer the words and trust in what is happening in that conveyance.